And now, ladies and gentlemen, please provide a warm welcome to your tournament MC, Danny Blau.
Good morning! Are you guys ready for some robots? All right, well, as everybody here knows, FIRST is well more than robots. So before we get to that, first we have our opening ceremonies. Welcome to the 2018 FIRST Robotics Competition Tippecanoe District event. Let's give everybody here a big round of applause. This year's game celebrates the early days of video games as teams compete in the arcade here on the field and try to defeat the boss. We've got some great teams here competing this weekend, many veteran teams, and one rookie. Welcome to Twin Lakes. We also have a visiting team from Michigan. Let's put all our hands together for the tractor technicians. Before we go any further, we would like to hear from two of the guys that created the FIRST Robotics Competition. Founder Dean Kamen and distinguished advisor Dr. Woody Flowers, along with the first president, Don Bosey.
Welcome to the FIRST Robotics Competition. It's almost time to play for real.
This is real life, not a video game. As you work to defeat the boss in FIRST Power Up, we know you'll make this another great competition filled with gracious professionalism.
Without the support of your mentors, parents, sponsors, suppliers, and our terrific event volunteers, many of whom are alumni, there would be no FIRST.
They've led the way for you with their dedication, assistance, and talents. To thank them for making this real.
And as you help FIRST make this a better world, you continue to impress with your creativity, teamwork, and resolve.
So a big thanks from FIRST to you.
This year you really are in the game.
And taking it to the next level.
So good luck to all. And it's time for
FIRST Power Up.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Principal of Harrison High School, Corey Marshall.
Thank you. I want to welcome everyone to West Lafayette and Harrison High School. We are pleased and honored to be hosting our third Indiana First District event here this weekend. We couldn't do it, certainly, without the support of our very own HBR 1747 team and all of our parent volunteers and mentors and other assistants that we get from the community. Very grateful to them for all of their work. Also, I want to give them a special shout out for being the Chairman's Award winners from last week at Plainfield. Congratulations. So again, welcome to Harrison. It's going to be a great 2 days of competition, a lot of fun. You're going to see a lot of stuff that will completely amaze you, and that's the greatest thing about these competitions are, sure, it's a game, it's a competition, but it also translates very easily to real life. Have a great time. Thank you.
And now, please help me welcome our second guest speaker from Cook Research Incorporated, Dr. Ray Bordeaux, biomedical engineer and manager of their bench testing team.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me. So this is officially my first competition. So I'm very excited to be here. So I got a sneak peek last night. Your kind tour guides and ambassadors walked me around, and I get the feeling that pretty soon it's going to be madness in here. It's going to be absolute. You might even call it March Madness in here. I even hear that the live stream is online, so I've been streaming basketball games at my job, so I hope some fans are doing the same thing at their work this morning. So I realize I'm one of the last things standing in front of you in the competition, so I'll exercise some brevity in my talk this morning, but I would like to share a few things. One particularly being something I'm going to call the head fake. Something that the first competition, I think, is ingenious at doing, right? You guys are experiencing a head fake, and by nature of it being a head fake, you might not know it's happening. So I'm not talking about in soccer where you look this way when you kick the ball that way to fake out the opponent, right? It's a different kind of head fake. Professor Randy Pausch of Carnegie Mellon said, when he teaches his computer science students, the best way for them to learn is for them to think that they're learning something else, right? He says even further, if they're having fun with it, it's even more impactful. So the homepage of the Indiana First's website had a quote on it that struck me. It said, it's more than just robots. See maybe the head fake there? Is that starting to make sense? It's absolutely more than just robots. And from my experience last night and walking around and collecting buttons this morning, right, I saw passion, I saw smiles, I saw energy, I saw enthusiasm. That put that into reality. This is way more than just robots. So if you don't believe it yet, I'll share a quick anecdote, and then I'll let you guys get this thing started. Oh, I didn't say power up yet. So power up. It's coming. So I finished graduate school in Texas. So I moved up here to Indiana. It started with a job interview at Cook. Typical job interview, you can put yourself in my shoes, a lot of questions, a lot of technical, but a lot of non-technical questions. 3 of which I'd like to share with you because I think you're going to appreciate what I was asked in that interview. First question was, have you ever worked in a team? Okay. Anybody in here ever worked in a team? So it was an interesting question for them to ask, and thinking it through, I think I got a better idea of what they were getting at. As far as I'm concerned, the T in FIRST might as well stand for teamwork. What I've seen here, the camaraderie and the collaboration, teamwork is certainly something you'd be able to speak to if you got that interview question. Question number 2, also kind of surprising. The interviewer at Cook said, do you like to work with your hands? Anybody here enjoy working with their hands a little bit? So they went on to say, can you share something that you've built outside of school? I'm looking at Caleb, he asked that question in the interview. And so, so something not in school that I've done extra. I hear some of you guys and gals are putting in 20, 30 hours a week in the FIRST program on top of your school. It's amazing. You would be able to crush that second interview question. Okay, third question, they said, can you describe a situation where you were given a problem, you had to think, conceptualize a solution, you had to design and test your idea? I said, wow, that's a complex question. It took me 10 years of college to craft a message to answer that question. What happened to this group on January 6th of this year? That was 6 weeks ago today. You guys were given a problem. You conceptualized, you designed, you built, and today you get to compete 6 weeks later on March 30th. You'd be able to crush that question by saying, yeah, actually something I did in 6 weeks was pretty amazing. And let me talk to you about that. Right? So those questions seem maybe kind of odd and basic. Why do you think they were doing that? Why were they asking that? I think the answer to that is Cook was giving me a head fake.